In this first problem, you're looking for the point -2, 1. And the thing to pay attention to is the scale here. Each line away from the origin is actually a jump of 2. The scale goes up by 2 instead of by 1. So we're looking in the x direction, we're going to go -2, which is one line over, and then up 1, which is halfway to that first line. So our answer choice there would be B, -2 and then up 1. For this problem, we're supposed to graph 4x plus 5y equals 40, and it suggests that you use the y and the x intercepts. So 4x plus 5y equals 40. To find the intercepts, first for x, plug a 0 in for x and solve for what y has to be. If x was 0, you'd have 4 times 0, which is 0, plus 5y equals 40. So if 5 times y equals 40, that means y has to be 8. So you just plug a 0 in for x and you get one of the intercepts. And then do the same thing for y. Plug a 0 in for y. So you have 4x plus 0, because 5 times 0 is 0. And that'll equal 40. So if 4 times x equals 40, x has to be 10. So you get the 2 points. The intercepts 10, 0, and 0, 8. So looks like C here. We go to, on the x-axis, we go to 10, and we go up 0, 10, 0. And then the other point is go 0 on the x and go up to 8, 0, 8. For this problem, we're going to write an equation of this line in slope-intercept form. So first we need to determine what these 2 points are. This point right here is -2, 0. So again, notice each line is actually a jump of 2. -2, 0. Oh. And this one right here is 0, 2. So with those 2 points, -2, 0, and 0, 2, we need to find the slope between them first. And you always, for the slope, take the first y value and subtract the second y value on top. So 0 minus 2 is what's going to go on top. And then you take the first x value and subtract the second x value. So -2 minus 0 is what goes on bottom. Reduce both of those, you get -2, -2, which that reduces down to 1. So now we're ready to write the equation of the line. We want it in this form, y equals mx plus b. So y by itself over there, and then the number in front of x, m stands for the slope, and we just figured out the slope. So it's going to be a 1 there times x plus b. Alright, so figuring out the slope told us what that number is in front of x. And now to figure out this last part, b, just plug in a value for x and y from the line. So use either one of your points. You could use either point. I'll use this one because there's no negative numbers, so I like it better. But just plug it in. So the x value is 0. So we're going to have 1 times 0. The y value is 2. So instead of y, we're writing 2. Instead of x, we write 0. And then plus b. So 2 equals 1 times 0 is 0 plus b. 2 equals b. You would have got the same result if you plugged this in for the x and the y. Now, let's write our final answer. Our equation of our line is y equals 1x. You can just write x if you want, or you can write 1x plus b, and b is 2. So that's the equation of our line. Y equals x plus 2, or if you want, y equals 1x plus 2. Here we have 2 equations in slope-intercept form, and we just need to identify the graphs. And slope-intercept form is nice because the number in front of x is the slope, and the number at the end is the y-intercept. So we know both of these graphs have a y-intercept of 5, which means they should cross the y-axis at 5. So 2, 4, 5, right here. Well, one of these lines goes across at 5, but they both should cross at 5. So it's not A, 2, 4, 5. None of them cross at 5 here. It's not B. 2, 4, 5. One of them crosses, so it's not C. And D is the only one where they both cross at 5. So D is the correct answer. You can also use the slope information if you had a situation where there's more than one option that they both crossed at 5, you would have to use the slope to figure out which of the choices is correct. In this case, D is the only possible answer because it's the only one that crosses at 5. But our slopes tell us one of them should have a slope of 7, which a slope of 7 is the same as 7 over 1. If you do 7 divided by 1, you get 7. And in a slope, we always want to talk about how far up the line goes and how far over it goes. So for a slope of 7, if you're right here, you should go up 7. 1, and let's find a different spot. Let's go up 7 from here. Up 2, 4, 6, 7, and go over 1. You're still on the line. Go up 2, 4, 6, 7, and go over 1. You're still on the line. On the other line, you should be going down 1 and over 7, and you'll be on the line. So down 1 over 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, you're still on the line. So this is the line. This one right here is the slope of down 1 over 7. And this one right here is the slope going up 7 over 1. If you imagine this line going off the page, if you go up 7 over 1, you'd still be on it.